Good evening, Ghana. You are tuned in to Time with Irbad Ibrahim. And we have a regular guest, a very charismatic and intelligent young old man. I don't know how to say it. Sheikh Ishaq Nyama.
Yes.
Sheikh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And Sheikh, last week you gave us a heavy dose of wisdom when we discussed, various issues that border on national morality. Today we are discussing goal setting because a good number of Ghanaians have lost their bearing. What is a goal? What is a life objective?
A life objective or goal, and people mix up the two from quite
Sheikh.
often.
Yes, Sheikh.
Even though they are used interchangeably,
Yes, Sheikh.
an objective is more specific than a goal.
Okay.
Yeah, a goal is something you want to achieve within a time frame. So, for example, we want to improve upon our health delivery system. That is a goal. The objective will specifically indicate in terms of numbers. So, for example, we improve upon the fight against malaria in a specific area. We want to make sure that at least if the the infection rate was about 50% last year, we want to reduce it to about 20. So that is the classic difference between the two.
Yes,
but simply a goal is the process of defining what you want to achieve over a period of time. So it means in effect that the goal should be measured, and then two, it should be associated with time. You can't just say ad infinitum that I'm just living for this goal without any time frame.
Okay.
It is the time frame that will determine what you put into it and how you go about achieving it.
Yes, Sheikh. So what are the things we set for ourselves? If someone is a student and wants to be a medical doctor, is that an objective you want to achieve, or is it a goal?
that is a wonderful goal. I've just indicated, if that is your goal, it's at the same time objective. The difference between the two is not all that big. So let's keep the word goal, because that is the main theme for our discussion.
Okay.
So and goals are diverse.
Yes, Sheikh.
Diverse in the sense that we have people pursuing different goals.
Yes, Sheikh.
So, for example, when you were growing up in Kumasi, it never crossed my mind that you will become a media man. It never crossed my mind.
I've been one of your proteges for many years.
It never crossed my mind.
Yes, Sheikh.
And then somebody would like to be a medical practitioner.
Yes, Sheikh.
Someone would like to be a lawyer. Somebody
Yes,
would like to be a teacher.
Yes, Sheikh.
A profession people shy away from in Africa.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yeah. And it's the basis of our development.
Yes,
to be a teacher. The teaching profession is the best of all professions. I'm a teacher, a professional teacher for that matter.
Okay.
So goals are diverse. Every individual and the goal he or she sets for himself.
Okay.
So goals have the identity of diversity in terms of the areas that people trade into.
Just like babies, are goals conceived and they grow? Do they pass through a transformational stage? Or you just decide, I want to be president one day and that is it? Or you have to conceive it over time?
Yes. Right from the definition of the word goal, I said it is connected with time, meaning it is time oriented. That is why when thinkers are considering the subject of goal, they normally look at time, they look at focus, they look at the topic.
Yes, Sheikh.
that you're dealing with.
Yes, Sheikh.
But it is not something that you achieve in a day.
Okay.
And therefore it is over a period of time. Just imagine somebody who wants to be a medical doctor. And one interesting thing about goal setting is that it varies from one individual to another in terms of when you decide on a goal. For example, in some settings where parents are well educated, they can easily identify the talent in the child from age 2.
Yes, Sheikh.
When the child's level of language has developed quite well.
Yes,
They can easily see in the child. Is he mathematically oriented? Is he literally oriented?
Yes, Sheikh.
What are the talents in this child? Every child has a talent.
Yes, Sheikh.
And so it is with every human being on the surface of the earth. Everybody has a talent. And it is the talent that, when properly nurtured,
Yes, Sheikh.
then it blossoms. Then you'll be seen as a different human being from others. So it's the talent in you that makes you different from other people. And everybody has one. We don't have a human being on the surface of the earth that doesn't have a talent. The talent could be in your physical strength.
Yes, Sheikh.
The talent could be in your artistry, handiwork. For example, I'm not good at art, but I'm good at analysis.
Okay.
You know, when I was in secondary school, I was both maths and the arts. I was good at both.
Sheikh.
But I shifted to liberal arts because
Yes, Sheikh.
of my ability to talk a little, you know.
Yes.
My mouth is a little bit sweet, so I decided to go there.
Yeah, Sheikh.
But, you know, so people should understand that every human being has a talent. And that brings into focus the important statement that no human being is useless. We don't have a human being called useless. So parents who are well cultured, well tutored,
Yes, Sheikh.
and well educated can look into the child right from age 2 and identify a talent. Some of the children, their talents will emerge from age 10. And the core job of parents is to look at these children who are growing up. What is in them? The child doesn't understand the world around him. It is the parents who understand. The child doesn't even understand his own capabilities. It is parents who understand. In fact, I'm insisting on parents because the role of parents, for me, is more important than teachers. Because the first formative years, the child is not with teachers until the introduction of nursery and kindergarten system, which was incorporated later, I think during the Kufuor regime, into our system. You know, it was primary 1. Then later on we had nursery and then KG. What it meant at that time was that the child will be 6 years before the teacher will start to interact with him. So it was all parents for 5 years. And we call that period the formative years.
Okay.
So the parents will look at the child and see that this child is mathematically good. So let's develop his talent along the lines of engineering.
Okay.
This child is literally good. So let's develop him along the lines of literary arts.
Yes,
So
Sheikh.
that is how it goes. But in general terms, in situations where parents are not able to identify the talent, you'll find a child's talent blossoming around the end of SS. For the end, around SS2.
Okay.
Then the child might have gotten some understanding of life and might have also realized some unique talents in him. So he will then decide, which direction am I going?
Okay, Sheikh.
So goal setting, first and foremost, should be done by parents. And then number 2, it is also done over a period of time to achieve it. You can't just say, I want this goal and tomorrow you get it. Understand Clinton. I don't know the level that he was in his education. I understand he said he wanted to be a president of America one day. Huh?
Wow.
Yeah, I understand. So he said that. And he became the president of America.
Wow.
Sometimes some of these things are said out of inspiration from the creator.
Okay.
Sometimes unknowingly, you just say it. And the circumstances that will be created by the creator will fix you into that box
Okay.
for you to attain that objective. It's one of the unique miracles that God has created around us. But in general terms, people should understand. Children should be helped to have a goal in life.
Sheikh, is it right for parents to determine the career trajectory of their children? Bright kids in elementary school are called doctors or lawyers before they can even think of what a law court or a hospital is. For an illiterate mother, how can she tell the way my child fidgets the remote control. Maybe he will be good at electronics. She doesn't even know what electronics is.
If you remember, some few minutes ago, I said well-educated. It is absolutely wrong for parents to impose a specific academic work on a child, academic direction on a child. If a parent, father and mother are ignorant, how will they understand the psychology of the child? How will they even understand the meaning of goal in life? In fact, our lives are reckless. Very. Because ignorance is deep. Parents do not know their left and right. So they cannot understand the psychology of the child. I'm speaking of a situation where parents know their left and right. Understand there is a school in Houston, in America.
Yes, Sheikh.
And they hunt for talent. Children who are talented. Some of them even primary, age 11 and 12. They can write GRE and those exams, SAT and the rest.
Wow.
These are uniquely talented individuals, very intelligent children, above the normal level that we know.
Wow.
So the IQs are very high. So they are grabbed by society, nurtured, groomed, and they flourish. And they are the people who are working at NASA and those places.
Okay.
The big things that America and the Western world are doing, China is following suit, Japan is there, and all those countries, they have special programs for talented children. So we have a situation where sometimes we need to look for the talents. So if we are looking for the talent, then what it means is that we are picking them and nurturing them.
Yes, Sheikh.
And then we are going to have a situation. This one is a well-tailored program. It's not a haphazard program.
Okay.
It is a program that is aiming at achieving something. So we wouldn't call it a bad thing.
Okay.
We need it.
Yes, Sheikh.
And then we have a situation where parents are ignorant. And then we say that Kokumanu or Abdullah has a child who is reading medicine. By all means, you have to read medicine. That one is wrong.
Okay.
So my position is that I'm praying very hard that parents become aware of the children around them. So if we have such a situation where parents are aware and they're well educated, then they should look into their children. As they are playing, what are the things that they are playing with? As they are growing, what is the direction that they are taking?
Yes, Sheikh.
I have a son in my house, Abu. Abu is mathematically strong. Very, very strong. So the whole house, everybody is saying engineer. Clearly, a child he's writing BEC in 2.5 weeks time. You know, if you have a boy like this, very good in mathematics, my brother, you don't throw him into medicine.
No, you don't.
You don't at all. Because 9 subjects, and he's always first in class from JSS1.
Wow.
With good marks in mathematics. He can score as high as 95 over 100 mathematics.
Wow.
So clearly, his talent is in engineering, either the electronics, either chemical engineering, any of the engineering subjects, because engineering is mathematically rooted.
Okay.
It's based on mathematics.
Okay, sure.
So that is the direction we'll push him to go.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will not be bad for parents who are well-tutored and well-oriented and understand life and understand the psychology of children to look at their children and say that this child of mine has this direction.
Yeah, Sheikh, is talent innate? Are people born with it? And is it a value chain? Ghana's Speaker of Parliament, Professor Michael Quay Jr., has a son. Senior, that's the senior. He has a son, and that son has grown to become a high commissioner to India. Our current president had a father who was a president. Scholars like you with stupendous IQs give birth to really intelligent people. So for young people who want to marry, can you look into the genealogy of a potential partner to tell whether the children will be daft or they'll be intelligent?
That is an interesting question.
Yes, yes, Sheikh.
I remember as I was growing, you were one of them. You said you wanted to marry from one of my daughters.
Oh, Sheikh, don't let the cat out of the bag.
Now I said, go and build your capacity and come.
I've been building capacity.
No, now you can come. The truth of the matter is that
Yes, Sheikh.
talent is in it, and at the same time acquired. It's a mix of the two. You find a child being born and by age 2 cannot even speak well. So it means he doesn't have the talent for talking, but can be trained to speak very well, to become very vocal and a powerful speaker. If the talent is in it, it is very easy to nurture it. Even look at footballers. Messi is a born footballer. This man, he's
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
It's not.
Hey, Sheikh, you're sounding controversial now.
Cristiano Ronaldo is a workaholic.
He's worked towards it.
Yeah. He worked for it. It's a very hard-working individual. And, you know, if you work hard, by His grace and power, you attain your objective in life, your goal in life. So it's a huge debate in the area of education and psychology, educational psychology. God, is talent in it? Is it inherited?
Okay.
Of all my children, there are about 4 or 5 who have taken my path.
Do you have really dumb children? Yeah.
No.
Will you make that admission?
No. I don't have. All my children are brilliant.
Okay.
But the levels are different.
Okay.
They're all brilliant. But 2 are outstanding.
Okay.
So the key thing is that talents can be born with, the individual can be born with the talent.
Yes, Sheikh.
Because it's genetically acquired. The intelligence. But let me tell you, if the child is talented, intelligent and brilliant,
yes, Sheikh,
and does not get the right environment, the brilliance will not show. So for me, I think that even if a child is not all that intelligent, we should not conclude that the child doesn't have talent and therefore should be ignored.
Okay.
We should perceive the battle of developing the child with all the resources at our disposal. And some develop very late.
Yes, Sheikh.
Some of the children that we handle, some start to develop from JSS1. I have twins in my house from primary 1 to P6.
Yes, Sheikh.
They were average performers. But from JSS1 up to JSS3, they picked up.
Okay.
So no child should be written off. Parents should just work hard on whatever is in the child and improve upon it.
Yeah, Sheikh. There is a young man from a very deprived shanty town within Accra who has made a whole nation proud by defeating somebody in a boxing bout in the United States of America. He's called Isaac Dogbe. And Sheikh, if you say talent can be raw, but then your immediate ecosystem should be conducive for the talent to grow into goal setting, how about boxers that come out of Choco?
To every rule, there is an exception. I'm talking of the general situation that we have.
Okay.
I'm not talking of exceptionally individual cases.
Yes, Sheikh.
You might have somebody out of the box who works against the rule and the system that is in place. So the child, we are saying that even if the child has the talent, he needs the environment to support it,
Yes,
to grow,
yes, Sheikh.
to flourish.
Yes, Sheikh.
This one didn't have the right environment. It's 1 out of 1,000. It's not the general rule. And we congratulate him for that.
Okay. Sheikh, I'll ask this final question before we go for our first break. For children that are born to rich parents, they attend the Ivy League schools, they have extra classes, and out of the blue, you get the best performing student, what's your BEC, coming from a very poor background. How do people defy the odds to achieve what is ordinarily unachievable?
Let me tell you one thing. Children who normally come from rich backgrounds, if they are not born to parents who are well visioned in life, they can be strong achievers. Why? Because the environment is so enjoying, so the child relaxes. It's more like spoon feeding. He gets everything in this world. The other person comes from a very poor environment is challenged. Let me tell you, the human mind is so potent. That is why they say in motivational psychology that every problem in life is surmountable. The mind is elastic. When you give it a challenge, it works towards addressing it.
That's true.
So the child is coming from this deprived environment. And day in, day out, the father and mother will be telling this boy, we want you to change our environment. And in UK, they do it all. For example, it's a class society. When you belong to that upper echelon of society, you are there.
Yes, true.
By virtue of the fact that you are born to certain parents who work, in a particular class, politics, economics, and whatever.
Yes, true.
So the child drops in there. There are those who have to work their way through and understand. Sometimes in a family setting, you find the whole family aware of the fact that they cannot educate all of them equally, the same level. They will sacrifice one or two individuals and then focus on one.
Can you actually do that? Okay. We go for our first break. When we come back, we continue the discussion. Welcome back. We are still in the studio with Sheikh Ishaq Onyema, and today we are discussing goal setting. Sheikh made quite a thoughtful remark before we went on break. Yeah, Sheikh, I'll push you to answer this question. You had quite a checkered upbringing. You came from a very modest background. Would you have been happy if the cocoa money was used on your brother rather than the opportunities you had to study in the UK, study in Saudi Arabia to become this great person you are today?
Yeah, you see, the point is that
in the spirit of fairness for all your children.
Yes. You see, we are talking of impoverishment. A family that is impoverished. And it's at its turning point of taking care of 3 of its wards. And the family met. The father or the mother has to spill the beans and explain issues. That if we throw all of you into the school, all of you will come back home empty-handed. We can't support you. We don't have the money. So we think that, let's support one. So in such a situation, it's not the issue of fairness and equity. It's an issue of being realistic with your circumstance. So they don't have it. So let's say, okay, the 3. This one seems to be throughout your academic career. He's been up there. Let's push him with the little resources that we have. I think it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Isn't there an element of risk in doing that?
I don't think, because they have no choice. They have no choice.
Sheikh, some messages have already come for you. At this juncture, I would like to announce our WhatsApp line is 055 222 5911 055 222 5911. It's crawling on your set. You can send your messages to that number. This one says, good evening. It's quite a mouthful. Good evening, Irbad, and your able guest. In fact, talking about setting goals, your guest should kindly enlighten me on this. For instance, the unemployed graduates. Does it mean they normally don't set any goals for themselves before going to the university to read courses that may not be useful to them or are not marketable? This came from someone in Navrongo. Yeah, Sheikh, is it my fault that I did actuarial science and I am not employed today?
Listen, the whole system is bogus. The educational system is bogus. The university systems are bogus. They are not giving direction. You see, before you pursue university education, and everybody wants to be a university graduate, the key area for Ghana to develop, the key area should be the middle level. To produce people who can use their hands.
Technical education.
Yeah, technical education. That is why Germany is where it is. You know, the whole of Europe, Germany is #1.
In terms of manufacturing,
yes,
industry.
Technical education is sound over there. That is the crust of development. Here, you attend technical education and you're looked down upon. KTI, ATTC, and all those wonderful places where they are training people who can use their hands. And people frown upon such courses. Graduate, emptiness. And because we inherited the typical British educational system, you're too much into liberal arts. At this stage in our life, we should determine how many students, percentage of students, reading sciences should be admitted into our universities. Because science and technology move together and they drive life today. Science and technology. And technology is science in action, you know. Okay. If you don't have it, you're out of business. But we are still producing. People who cannot be employed. Not that there is no employment, okay. But the problem is that we are not producing employable graduates. That is the problem. The labor market has changed.
Wow.
It can only absorb people with special capabilities. Now people have gone to read accounting. It used to be.
Okay.
But now everybody will go in MBA, MBA, MBA. Now there's a glut. I know about 3-4 MBAs accounting, which is a good profession.
That are sitting home.
Mala. They are sitting home. Now everybody, the trend now is LLB. Everybody is going for law.
Very soon it will be crowded too.
Already it's crowded. So in such a system, the state should plan in terms of giving out percentages for courses that can push this nation forward. So, and it's the same curricula that are being used. Our curriculum or curricula in universities have been deficient in producing students or graduates who are innovative and creative. People who can be on their own after university. You see UPP.
Yes, sure.
UPP. Yes. You know where he started from?
No.
He started as a small entrepreneur, selling pamphlets, you know, at Accra Poly, and then now he's a graduate, a top-notch graduate. Now look at where he is. So what is happening is very, 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 very disturbing. If a graduate completes university and the state does not employ him, and the state is not employing, and the state cannot employ everybody, that is the end of the person. If this child is creative, I have a lot of examples in my house, you know.
Yes, yes.
my third daughter that you know, Ilham, very creative. She read fashion and something at the university, at Kumasi Technical University. It used to be Kumasi Poly. They said, Dad, I want to be on my own. She set up her own business. MashaAllah, Alhamdulillah, she's moving. So you don't have to sit and wait for the government. I'm telling everybody now, not even this government or any future government can provide work for everybody. It can only take a percentage. So the university should prepare the child, the graduate, to be on his own in case the person doesn't get university employment from the state. That is how it has to go. We need to change our mindset in looking at things. So this young man who is saying that he graduated from such a discipline and is not employed, and is it his fault? I would say that the whole system is at fault and cannot be blamed. The system has to be blamed.
Sheikh, earlier in our conversations, you said the future of this country that hinges on the youth is bleak. Isn't there light at the end of the tunnel? Before I take the next message.
Yeah, you see.
Can't you be optimistic a little, Sheikh?
You see, when you have circumstances that you are looking at, and you are a thinker, you will see that if all things remain the same, that is, if nothing changes. If nothing changes, the only prediction you can give is that, oh, if the situation is bad, then it can lead to what is even worse. But any human being should not say that I have lost everything in life, that I'm hopeless. No, we don't have that language in human life. So I think that I'm making a very strong statement. Ghana has to sit up and think right in all sectors. You know, when His Excellency Akufo-Addo took over, the first article I've gone on break now in the Mirror. I have a column. The first article I wrote was on discipline in public service. We have over 600,000 individuals who are working in the public sector. Huh?
Yes, Sheikh.
And Mother Ghana is dependent on them for delivery. They have to deliver. They have to work to improve upon productivity. And these people that the state is relying upon,
yes, Sheikh,
you ask, what is their level of discipline? Discipline in terms of commitment to serving Mother Ghana. People come to work late, they leave early, they steal state resources. Everything that belongs to Mother Ghana is being destroyed. Who cares for Mother Ghana? If the situation is like this, and you ask me, I'll say it has to change for us to move forward. If we remain like this, then the future is bleak.
Can you, prescribe quick doses of panacea to the problem we have? Look, when NABCO came here, Sheikh, within a week, 40,000 unemployed graduates applied. And when the Ghana Immigration Service opened up,
100
out of for 500, slots, 84,000 people.
Yeah.
Won't there come a point when Ghana reaches a breaking point and we cross the Rubicon and the youth start stopping V8s and then pulling people, yanking them out of those because of bad policy formulation?
Yeah, you see, let me tell you one thing. Over the years, what I'm going to tell you now, I started talking about it 20 years ago. You see, every now and then you find the government of the day organizing an economic forum to think about the economy. But let me tell you, the Akans have a proverb.
Yes, Sheikh.
They say that adwene when the nsuo no su come dem. That the fish is living in water, but it's thirsty. Why? Ghana abounds with natural resources. So many things are good here.
Yes, Sheikh.
Naturally, we are naturally gifted. But the human beings who are to manage these things, my brother, my son Irbad, that is where the problem is. So, around 97, on my program on Akida, on GTV, I said that Ghana needs, as we meet to discuss economics,
Yes,
we need to have a conference that will bring together social thinkers, educationists, moralists, religious leaders, to think about the moral foundation last week, moral foundation, and the social direction of our country. We have to do that. I don't want to cite a country. A country produces oil. It could easily be the richest country in Africa. But corruption. That is our situation. When we talk of economics, you put money in our coffers, and somebody is sitting there planning to steal. The Arabs have a proverb. Mata yablughu al-bunyanu yawman tamamuhu idha kunta tabni wa ghayruka yahdimu. When will the construction of the building be complete? As you build, somebody destroys it the following day with a pickaxe. So we are back to square one. If not being worse off. So this nation has to sit up.
Yeah, Sheikh, who are our nation wreckers and who would you classify as nation builders?
Everybody in Ghana is a nation builder, and everybody in Ghana is a potential nation wrecker. Everybody. When a government comes and the economy is tightening up and people are complaining, let me tell you, every individual of Ghana is part of our motherland called Ghana and is a government in himself or herself. We all need to change the way we do things. Ghanaians have been involved in fast-tracking things, you know, stepping on the laws and ignoring what we do to propel this nation forward positively. For a very long time, there has to be a break. And I think you see, when you're talking of changing society, there should be a leadership direction. That this is how I want my country to be in the next 20 years. That is a vision.
Okay.
I want my country to be in the next 20 years. I want JSS children to be of this type, SS this type, university graduates this type, and then nursery and KG this type. All sectors of the economy. I want this kind of discipline to be injected. And this is my vision for 20 years.
Okay.
And this is how I want to go about it. And I'm leading. The rest will follow me. Paul Kagame.
Of Rwanda.
Of Rwanda. The war that killed 800,000 people. A ravaged country. And this man just took the country by the storm. I served on a presidential committee with Reverend Degbe, former General Secretary of the Christian Council.
Okay.
He went to Rwanda for a church conference. And the last day of his stay in Rwanda, he wanted to do some rounds and he hired the services of a taxi driver. Then, at the end of it all, when the taxi driver dropped him at the airport, he had $20 on him. He had paid him and had $20 on him to in our language, to dash, you know,
Okay.
like a tip,
Yes,
a
sure.
gift.
Yes, sure.
In fact, you know what the taxi driver told him?
No.
The taxi driver said, "My president says this is bribe." Taxi driver. My president says this is bribe, and he did not take it. Discipline. The man had succeeded in injecting discipline into every fabric of that society, and he is leading by example. Huh? So everybody's watching, because as soon as you open your mouth as a leader, are you transforming yourself to be a role model, or you are transforming yourself to be yourself? Because every individual has to transform himself to be a social self, to be of service to his society and his fellow members of society. Until Ghana is able to do that, we have a long way to go.
Yeah, Sheikh, as selfless as Paul Kagame is, since 1992, we've had about 5 or so presidents. Who would you place close enough to Paul Kagame?
That is not my area.
No, Sheikh, you said leadership is cost,
Yeah,
and all other things are effects.
Yes, you see, leadership is key.
Sheikh, let's go for a quick commercial. I'm pushing Sheikh where he doesn't want to go. Stick and stay with us. We'll be back shortly. We are still here with Sheikh Ishaq Niama, and we are discussing goal setting. And before we went on that break, Sheikh was a bit coy about a question I asked him. I'll go back to that question. But at this juncture, you can join the conversation by calling our phone line 0302 904 768. I repeat, 0302 904 768. You will find it boldly displayed on your set. Whatever question you have or any intervention, you can call in. Yeah, Sheikh, you said the cab driver said no to that $20 bill tip because his president was leading by example. Sheikh, you said the bane of this country's development is corruption.
Yeah, that's correct.
So from 92 up to now, can you put a finger on a head of state that has led by example?
You see, all of them.
Sorry, there's a caller. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
My name is Evans. I'm calling from Accra.
Okay, which part of Accra, bro?
I'm calling from Amongfrom, Kasua.
Okay, please make your point. You can make your point.
Okay, I think all that Sheikh is talking about, I agree with him perfectly. And one thing I want to say is that, you see, Ghana, we have a problem here. And our problem has to do with attitude.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
We have a bad attitudinal problem towards almost everything that we do.
That's correct.
I mean, can you imagine? Sometimes you go to the ministries and other areas for something to be done. Somebody wants you to give him money. Or you want to give her money before that thing you want will be done for you. And if you don't give the money, the things are what you are looking for, you cannot get it. And if we are in a society and these things are going on, then I'm sure we have nowhere to go.
Okay.
So I believe that we all must change our attitude and then tell ourselves that we want to do it right and then move on. And I think that as a nation, we can achieve something great.
Okay, thank you so much. Sheikh, young graduates go with very beautiful and glossy proposals. They tell you, put some weight on it.
That's rubbish. And that is why I said we have a job to do. How can a young man, well qualified?
Sheikh, are you okay when I cut you quite?
Oh, no problem.
Hello, your name and where you calling from?
Good evening, my name is Ayana.
Your name is what?
Ayana.
Ayana, and you calling us from where?
Secondly.
Secondly in Tadi. Okay, welcome in the Western region.
I want to ask a question.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Are we mature for democracy?
Are we mature for democracy? Okay.
Yes.
Ayana, thanks for that question. Yeah, Sheikh, he's asking, is democracy working for us? Are we mature?
You see, my understanding, and this is my personal opinion, is that Western democracy, total, wholesome swallowing of Western democracy has not helped us. Where Europe is and America is, they develop from a point.
Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello. Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
Calling from.
And can you speak up a bit, bro?
Arba, this is lesson from.
Lexus from where?
This is lesson from Afuaku in Damasia Central District.
Okay, calling us from the central region. Kindly speak up, my brother.
Afuaku in Damasia Central District in Ashanti region.
In the Ashanti region, sorry. Okay, kindly speak up, bro.
Arba, in fact, kudos to your honorable guest. He has really educated us today. And then from the first caller, you realize he talked about it. You see, the youth and everyone.
Your voice is a bit faint and inaudible. Can you speak up a bit?
People in authorities are changed. But however.
Oh, sorry, my brother. You would have to call it.
What I'm saying is that
Okay, we can hear you.
attitude is a key factor for our nation.
Okay, attitude.
So, however, if you're in a country where we expect everyone to put on good attitude, but there is no system that is checking accountability and fairness in the system, how will people be able to put on a good attitude that will ensure the growth and development of our nation? What I'm saying here is that we should all ensure that there is fairness in the system. Once there is fairness, attitude will work for us.
Okay, you're most welcome and thank you for your call. Sheikh, you may take a cherry bite at some of the concerns that have been written. Forgive me if I cut in.
Yes. You asked me a question about the past presidents. Huh?
Yes.
For whatever they did, they all said they were role models. It's between them and their Lord. I can't sit here and judge any of them. But I'm speaking in general terms. That this is how a country's president, took the mantle of office, envisioned rightly, worked assiduously towards the attainment of the vision. And now, Rwanda is a reference point. So if you are a president and I talk like this, it is up to you. Paul Kagame is your friend. You can link up with him and ask him how he did it.
You have to be as tall as he is. Hello, your name and where you call it from?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Second.
Okay, okay.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, you can. You can.
Yes, I can share.
Thank you very much.
You are calling my name. Did I don't make one on the show?
Okay.
Or maybe
You can make your point.
at more than you know, women on the show. Every time you read my name, call my name. My name is Monica Fontaine. I don't.
Okay. Okay. Do make your point. And please, you may go ahead. Oh, sorry, we lost you.
You know, let me just chip in this.
Okay,
the
sure.
last but one caller
Yes.
linked up fairness with attitude. I don't know the point he wants to make. Is he saying that the system is not fair, governments are not fair, and therefore we should act badly? That is not where the problem is. The real problem is that
Gosh. Hello, your name and where you calling from? Sheikh, you need to help me for this.
I'm calling from the Maniko.
And Emmanuel J. Domahinkro in the Brown region. Welcome.
Thank you very much. You see, what Dick was talking about actually is what the youth need right now. Because the problem starts from and you get it from VHS. If you want to get a ticket, it is of your choice. Actually, you pay something. And after HSS, if you want to go to training college, nursing, whatever, you have to pay something. And actually, whether you want to go to police, wherever you want to go, you have to see somebody and pay something. And before someone will go to a police, I know someone that before he went, he paid 3,000 Ghana cedis. So are you expecting that policeman to take blood? If the person is not working, you borrow money to do that. So how come that corruption will get out of the system? We need leaders like what Seth was doing. You know the right thing. So you have to take steps.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm watching this television, and actually, I've been still glued to it. I don't know, but get two numbers.
Thank you so much,
So that
my
if you have
brother.
problem, you can get.
We really appreciate your call. Thank you so much.
you see I think the last but two
Okay.
was indicating that it is unfairness that has created the ill attitude of people. Please, you see, people with good character
Yes, Sheikh.
are molded. It is not just something that is dropped in the ocean and then they go for it. Look at a country like Singapore. Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, one man founding a nation and building it.
Hello, your name and where you calling from? Oh, sorry, the line dropped. Yes.
When they broke away from Malaysia in 1960, it was all slums. And the man said, no, the only way out is education and self-discipline. And self-discipline, one of the key manifestations of self-discipline is time consciousness. And I always say that morals have their purse. If you find somebody being time conscious, mostly you find the person being serious in life. So the man just took the country by the storm. Slums. Now Singapore is the neatest country in the world.
Hello, your name and where you calling from?
I'm Mohammed. I'm calling from Sefi also.
Sefiwi also in the BA. Welcome.
So he also is in the
I'm
Western.
calling from Sefi also.
And Sefiwi also in the Western region. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, Western.
Okay, welcome to the show.
Happy Ramadan.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Sheikh has responded. You can put off your TV set and you will still hear Sheikh.
Okay, Sheikh, we need you being on this program to come.
It's amazing. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. We'll do our best.
Oh, thank you so much, Sheikh. He's an admirer. He just
see, Lee Kuan Yew, one man, founding a whole country and carrying a whole country behind him. One man. And you see, politics in Africa, I don't know what is it for. Is it for amassing wealth? Is it for social construction? Is it for?
Yes, Sheikh.
You see, politicians in Africa, in general, one of the things that makes a human being and preserve the dignity of man is to win credibility and trust of people. If we were to do a survey right now.
Sorry, Sheikh. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
I'm Yusuf calling from BA.
Okay, which part of the Brong-Ahafo region?
Brong-Ahafo.
Yeah, which part of it? Which part of the BA?
Kwame Damso.
Kwame
bravo,
Damso,
yeah, okay.
you're welcome.
What? Anyway.
Yes,
Anyway.
yes, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Sheikh, thank you very much for your wonderful speech. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
What Sheikh is saying is very, very, very knowledgeable. Because our country is just jeopardized by some of our leaders and some of the people we are living with. You don't understand what politics is all about and what nation building is all about. They think governments must do everything for them, which is not.
Okay.
We have to stand for ourselves
Okay.
and do something for
Thank you
ourselves.
so much. Thank you so much.
Like us saying.
Okay, thank you so much for your call. Yeah, Sheikh, you see, you mentioned Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, and you mentioned Paul Kagame, Rwanda. You know what they have in common? They've been in power, or Singaporean president was in power for a long time.
Yeah.
Paul Kagame has done 2 terms of 7 years, it's 14. He's in his 3rd term of 21 years. Ghana has not, apart from Jerry Rawlings, we have not had that privilege. You do 8 years or 4 years, then you are kicked out. So how do you build Ghana into a Singapore or build Ghana into a Rwanda? Hello? There's another caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Your name and where you calling from? Bernard, I beg you, come help me with the talk back. Yeah. You are on air. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Eric Osu. I'm calling from Ashanti region.
Eric also from Kumasi. Okay. Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak to you. By the way, see, Ramadan, happy Ramadan.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Happy Ramadan to you too.
Yeah, Sheikh.
The teachings I'm actually taking it. I'm an entrepreneur coming up in Kumasi and time conscious, as you are saying. I would want you to brief me more on time conscious because I'm a little bit like a difficult with time. And as a young entrepreneur coming up, I want everything that I do to be on point and very successful in life. So I want you to brief me more on time management and resource management and all of that.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
Okay.
thanks for your advice.
Okay.
Enjoying the program.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Sheikh.
Yes.
You have a viewer from as far as the Gambia.
Uh,
This message is from the Gambia. He says, hello, I'm Bubakar Sidibe
okay.
from the Gambia.
Okay.
And there's a place called Bas URR. I do enjoy your program and would like this to continue as many of the students find it's difficult to find a field of specialization in life. Also, how can parents develop the mind of their children?
Okay.
Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello? Hello? Yeah, your name and where you calling from?
I'm Majid Munir, calling from Penry. It's Gwenja Municipal Assembly.
Okay, welcome, sir.
Okay. In fact, I salute Sheikh, and actually he's also helping in building the nation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
In fact, the laws of the country, in fact, I can tell you that they are not strong. It's easy to see pastors, imams misleading the youth. Yesterday, I watched one program on one of these new televisions. Members of a church were holding envelopes in the air. The pastor was there chanting, trying to conjure money for his members. And I love the show. Each envelope that was in the air were all filled with money. Now, what is the TV station trying to tell the youth of the country? That means at any point in time, anyone can help you to become rich.
Without being hardworking.
So there's nothing haram or halal in this country anymore. So a situation where citizens of the country can be deceived or influenced this way, what do you think the future of the country is going to be?
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh, God. Charlatans, eh? This is deception of the worst kind. Using magic and sorcery to deceive people and to kill their talents and to kill the spirit in them to work hard in life.
Hello, your name and where you calling from? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Yahya Musa. My name is Yahya Musa from
Yeah, Musa from Wa. Welcome to the show.
My name is Musa from Upper
Welcome, sir. And you can actually put off your TV set or lower the volume.
I'll thank Sheikh of. Yeah, what Sheikh is saying, I've really enjoyed it. And if I will become a president of Ghana, what Sheikh is saying, you see, you can see public officers using our resources just anyhow, but because the person is occupying the position, you can't talk. When you talk, you find yourself into a problem. You can see a director using the public funds to fuel and car and those things. You see, you need to be disciplined. If the person is disciplined, the person cannot use public funds in anywhere. Whatever you want to use it for. When you talk, you say, oh, you are not you see, so what Church is saying, that is, we need to be disciplined. So what the advice I have for Ghana is that all the directors, ministers, and if you know you are occupying any public position, so you should be disciplined. You shouldn't misuse public funds.
Okay, thank you so much.
You were bringing a point that Paul Kagame has been in power for long.
Yes.
Lee Kuan Yew was in power for long. Let me tell you frankly.
Is it the longevity that
no,
transmogrifies
from
into
day
development?
one is a question of principle and living by the principle and providing leadership. That is all. Look at Manfugu.
Sheikh, this should be our last caller. Hello, your name and where you calling from?
I'm Sandos Nana from Bole.
Calling us from Bole. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. We are very happy for Sheikh advice. And we are praying for people like that to come out to be advising the world. Things are not going the way things are going, so that we come together so that Ghana will be.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's the last call.
You were bringing in the issue of
longevity.
Let me tell you.
Yes, Sheikh.
Manfugu, Tanzania, within 2 years, he has changed the face of that country. 2 years. He walked into Tanzania Hospital, Dar es Salaam. I think that was the first or second week of his visit. He went there and discovered that machines, hospital machines, were all down. And the doctors who were supposed to run those departments had their private clinics in which they had installed the same machines. So if a patient came to Dar es Salaam Hospital, he would be directed to that place, to the private doctor's clinic.
Yes.
Mamfugu entered the hospital, sacked the director, and installed his deputy as the acting director, and gave him 2 weeks to repair the machines. Within 3 days, the machines were repaired. 3 days. Strong leadership. Strong leadership. That is the key thing. You know, a leadership that doesn't take nonsense. A leadership that has eyes to see and act. Period.
Okay. Yeah, Sheikh, let's take the text messages in one shot, so you give your closing remarks, then we go. Hi, Mr. Host. Your guest is fantastic and has really inspired me tonight. I think our problem as a nation is bad attitude and injustice, as well as poor law enforcement. My question is, are religious bodies helping us in terms of good attitude propagation? Then hello, good evening to you. My name is George Yaboa. My point is, what Sheikh is saying is true. If we Ghanaians don't change our attitude, we will never progress. Our interest in our local things is not here. I remember when we were young, you would watch Chinese movies and all the people were in the same dress. Our attitude and mindset need to change. Hi, I'm Akwesi Jemfi from Oyoko in the Eastern region. The program is very educative. Keep up the good work. Irbad, it seems you don't like my contribution to your show. I'm sorry, my brother. When Sheikh is here, I'm inundated with messages. Forgive me if I skip your message. Yeah, Sheikh.
Yes.
We are hard pressed for time.
No problem.
And Sheikh, in 2 minutes, and kindly wrap up.
Yes, I just want to comment on the issue of longevity that you brought up. I'm saying that if you want to make a change, you can make it within a short space of time. If you are determined and strong in the pursuit of your goal. This program is all, this evening, we are talking about goal setting.
Yes,
and when you set a goal, you have to work for it with a determined spirit and a focused mind. Determined spirit and a focused mind. A focused mind is very important for attainment of anything in life. Without it, you can't achieve anything. So we set the goal. We are determined and we are focused.
We've been in the studio with Sheikh Isaac Nyama. Sheikh, it's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
May God give you long life and good health. All too soon, we've come yet again to the end of another edition of Time with Irbad Ibrahim. Till we come your way tomorrow with another edition, and rest assured that Sheikh is going to be a regular weekly feature on this show. Stay blessed and keep working for Mother Ghana. Good night.